Tribute groupies.
Yeah.
Terrible.
It's
Like she has to pretend that he's actually Bono when she's having sex with him. Like, does she know that? That,
Dude.
like, you can't get out of character. You have to be
don't
Bono.
talk unless you use an accent.
Yes,
Right.
yeah.
There's rules. Keep the glasses and hat on.
No guy would complain, though.
No.
Yeah.
Why would you give a shit?
Exactly.
The girl would be like, why don't you like me for me? All it's just a character. The guy would be like, blow me.
Yeah.
This is great.
When I used to have long hair and Bon Jovi just started hitting big, I was down at Jersey Shore in Long Beach Island at a bar, and these chicks thought I was Bon Jovi. And this girl comes like, you're Bon Jovi? I'm like, yeah. I go, let's get out of here because it's going to get crazy. I'm in the fucking car. I'm making out with her. I got my hand down her pants. She's like, I've been a fan since the first album. I'm like, really? That's great. She's like, when's the new one coming out? I'm like, I don't know, sometime soon. Mugging it out. And then she invited me to a party the next day because her son, like her 8-year-old son, was a huge Bon Jovi fan. He's like, please come. I'm like, all right, let me think about him. And then the next day, I'm like, look, I had to call a kid on the phone and tell him I couldn't come because I had to go in the recording studio because I didn't want Bon Jovi to get a bad name. Because she wound up jerking me off. So I'm like, all right, I should at least make a call to the kid the next day.
Do you know she's been telling people she jerked off Bon Jovi for 30 years?
So I called the kid and the kid's so excited.
We all have. We've all done that.
She bought it all the way to the end.
Oh, and she wanted me to come to the barbecue the next day, but I knew I'd be busted. Come on, I knew it was going to be busted.
He would have got busted. Somebody there would be like, "Oh, they all
That's not Bon Jovi.
What did you jerk that guy off?
That's not Bon Jovi.
It'd be great if the only person who knew that you weren't him was the kid. And you had to threaten the kid.
Right, yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Don't tell your mom.
Yeah.
I'm fucking your mother.
It's our secret.
I'm your new mom's boyfriend, John Bon Jovi.
I was at the quarterdeck down in Long Beach Island.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The quarterdeck.
That's hilarious.
That is really funny.
Jerked him off.
But I had to call. I felt like I had to call the kid the next day. I didn't want to.
Some chick in Canada thought you were some fucking ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
Didn't you fucking...
Wait, what was that?
Jim's a genius. He just played it off. What was the fucking...
Some stripper in Canada. We were at a strip club, me and Bob Levy, and she's like, Curtis? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, Curtis from Calgary? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you remember me? I'm like, you don't remember me. I'm like, well, your hair's different. You always go to the hair.
Yeah.
Because the day before, it's different. Yeah, I used to have a perm. Yeah, see, that's it. Yeah. You remember me? And I'm like, yeah, I sort of. She's like, you know what this asshole did to me? And Bob's like, what? She goes, he picked me up at a bar. His band played one night. And we went to back to his house. We had
you're
sex.
Just nodding yes, like, yeah.
We had sex, and she goes, and then you threw me out and made me walk home in a snowstorm like 3 miles. And it's something that I would have done. You know what I mean? And I'm like, look, I'm sorry. I was going through a lot of things at the time. I had this ex, and she's like, I can't believe you did. I'm like, she goes, I haven't heard from you. Where you been? I said, yeah, I moved up to here. I was in Toronto at the time doing gigs. Yeah. She's like, and I'm making out with her in the parking lot. She's like, you got to come to this party. I was telling her about you. I used to see your band. That was another one I couldn't go. I'm like, I'm sorry.
As some girl gets out of her car and goes, Bon Jovi? Oh, shut the fuck up.
Run. And then she kept saying out, she goes, I hate American men. She goes, I could tell an American accent in a second. And me and Levy got the fucking worst accents ever. I mean, like, yeah. She goes, oh, I could spot them a mile away. I hate Americans. I'm like, yeah, I hate them too.
Did you get a blowjob or no?
Now we're making out outside, and
no matter how much you pound it, you can't get that tender.
Yeah. It was a day one, so it was kind of like,
oh, during the day?
Yeah, so
yeah, a little hard.
You have rules then.
Yeah.
Never in the day.
Florentine.
No, the strippers don't, because they got to go home.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They don't put that.
They got to stare at their baby.
But and then afterwards, she put the homeless outfit on. You know, the strippers when they're off their shift, they put that homeless outfit on, the T-shirt that like past the knees, and the baggy sweats, and the hair in a bun, and they got the cock blocker friend to pick them up and drive them home that they're trying to get in their pants for 15 years.
Oh, their guy friend.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
They
are always sitting there fucking looking at you all suspect because you're slipping her, a little extra money or something. And they're looking good. Well, you're not getting anything from this child. How long you been driving her around?
Yeah. And in his head, he's like, I'm gonna take her away from all this.
Yeah.
And the fact is, your life is worse than hers.
Yeah.
Why would she go with you?
She's not gonna fucking go with you yet. I've sat in strip clubs for so many times, and like last part of the beer, you're ready to leave, and then another stripper walks in the door with her bag over her shoulder and stuff. You're like, No, I got to see her naked.
Yeah, exactly.
I got the opportunity to see her naked. I'm going to see her naked.
Yeah, because she doesn't come in hot either.
No.
But you got to see that. Yeah.
It's like I have the opportunity to see her nude. Why am I leaving?
Why do they do that? Is there a show that does like a stripper makeover? That's a great idea. Like bring women in and turn them into strippers and vice versa. That would be a fun show to watch.
And turn strippers into like fucking
housewives. But I'd rather see the opposite.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Florentine has the best stories, though, man.
They're all true too.
They're all true, right?
Jim stops at the fucking. We always quote Jim because he'll actually stop
You
at
like
the
quoting
fucking.
Florentine. No one else gets it out there, but
At the turnpike, at the fucking, he'll stop at the tolls and ask the turnpike guys for coffee. Like, I heard you guys were serving coffee.
Yeah, I'm like, I got a coffee. He's like, what? You know, fucking miserable. I'm like, what are you talking about? I go, my friend said, if you're tired, you can get coffee. The rest of the guys like, where would you think a coffee pot would be back here? Tell me where I put it. I'm like, I don't know. I've never been in one of those before. I'm not sure. He's like,
really mad.
Yeah, they go crazy. I'm like, you got any gum, a bagel, something that can hold me over till I get to the rest stop?
They hate you.
Just hand a prescription to them. Can you fill this, please?
And then there was one time those turnpike tickets, you had the ticket and you had to give it to them at the end. Me and my friend, like from exit 1 all the way up to 16, were just picking our nose and putting boogers on the back of the ticket. And my friend was pulling these huge ones out.
Oh, my God.
He was calling nose meat. They were so big. And we stuck them all in the back of the ticket. I went to give the guy the ticket. And he went to grab it. Whoa! He pulls his hand back. He goes, what's on that ticket? I go, I don't know. I was eating a sandwich, maybe lettuce. He's like, I'm not touching that ticket. I go... He's like, take that off, and it all stuck. I go, look, I don't know what it is. And the guy just took it just like this, with his like tweezers, just grabbed the end of it. He was miserable.
That is so fucking disgusting.
And they were, I'm telling you, 3/4 of the ticket was covered in snots.
Nose meat?
Nose meat, my friend.
Nose meat.
I don't think that stuff could be worse than what they're giving you, though, because if they're in there for 8 hours,
touching everything.
They've invented even more sinister ways to screw with us.
Oh,
they must,
probably,
because
yeah.
they're so angry.
Your vag.
We when I was living down in Florida, me and my buddies would go out and nail all these skanks, and we caught like 3 of us caught chlamydia at the same time, and we had no money to go to doctors, like $100 for the visit and then another $50 for a prescription. So we went. Our buddy used to always go to the pet store. We went with him. They had tetracycline in the pet store for fish. So we just went in there because it's a form of penicillin, and the pills were like 25 for like $6, and a prescription was like 30 or 40. So we just went in there and took those pills. We didn't even know how much we were taking. We're just popping them, and it was gone in like a day and a half. And our buddy that went to the real doctor had 2 shots at his ass. Wow. Took him 10 days, knocked out in an hour. And then we just go in there if we like had some skank the night before. Like, let's go in there just as a preventative. Yeah, absolutely. Just start popping them.
Responsible of you.
Then your one friend died and you flushed him down the toilet.
We could have solved it by wearing a condom. That would have been easier. But
Fuck that.
no.
Feels like shit. I hate that.
It's like a porn version of the Amazing Mr. Limpid. Remember that movie?
Yes, of course.
when Don Rickles turns into a fish. You never saw that
Don
movie?
Knotts.
Yeah.
Don
Knotts,
Knotts.
yes.
Don Knotts. That's
Don
right.
Knotts.
Oh, man.
But they do have tetracycline in the pet stores
Who
for
knew
fish.
that?
Yeah.
Damn it.
I never heard that.
Yeah, and that's penicillin. I mean, it's basically a form of penicillin.
Yeah.
Does the same thing.
Holy shit, I'm sure it's not recommended. It's
pretty fucking smart, though.
Human
We figured
brain.
we drank like fish. We just fucking
You got rid of that
Day and a
tail-
half.
You didn't get
No.
tail rot either.
How do you know if you got rid? Because that's the issue with chlamydia. You never know if you get rid of it.
I don't know. It didn't burn him. I didn't care.
You never know if you get rid of
He
chlamydia.
probably still has it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He probably still has it.
That probably just made it worse.
That's the
He
issue
just
with
can't give
chlamydia.
it to fish.
It doesn't have symptoms. It's basically symptomless, especially among women. They don't know that they've got it. That's why it spreads so
It could
quickly.
cause
Well, that's good. Then you can blame it on them
Yeah.
when it finally shows
Would you-
up.
would
And
you
you gave
give
it to
me-
her. Like you didn't know. You don't know you have it. You could have got it 6 years ago.
Just say you don't have it and she does. All of a sudden she has it. Now you could be like, if you want to break up with her, go, nah, you're fucking somebody, obviously. I'm clean.
Hey, what
Fucking
was
whore.
Way to rub it in. That you give her the disease and then blame her for it.
Or break up with her.
You got to turn it around.
what
way it works.
What about when you were a kid and you wanted you used to hang out with a guy who had like you were into wrestling?
Oh, no.
Who was
Oh, no.
who was that? Please tell me. How old were you?
I was 14. My dad used to take us to wrestling matches at Madison Square Garden. And we met this guy out front who would sell wrestling pictures. This fat guy. 300 pounds, a bad mustache.
Yes.
We go up to him every time. He's in the same, because he was a photographer, so he'd be in the front, so he'd have all these great pictures, sell them to us for $1 a piece, and we became friends with him somehow. He's like, oh, give me your address. He started sending us pictures of all the kids in the neighborhood. Then he would call me on the phone and tell me about the match the night before.
Oh.
And my voice was about this. It was this deep at 14. And he's on the other end, and I'm asking all these questions, and he's fucking breathing heavy.
Oh, no.
I had no idea. I'm thinking, where does this guy just come in from a jog? Where's this fat guy jogging from? He's keep me on the phone. He's like, so don't you want to know more about the match? Well, ask me some questions. And he's fucking. I had no idea.
Wow.
That's great.
So then we went to a match by ourselves. Our parents let us take the train at Asbury Park or whatever. So we're sitting in the nosebleed seats. He comes up in between a match, and he goes, hey, I got 2 seats right in the front, because he was the photographer. Somebody wants to come down there. Jim, you, and this other guy, this other kid with blonde hair and blue eyes.
Yeah.
Come on down. We get down there. There's only 1 seat.
Oh.
We go, what's going on? He goes, oh, somebody's going to have to sit on my lap. This is my other seat. I'm like, you didn't say that. He's like, well, and I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm ready to walk up there, and all of a sudden I see Andre the Giant coming out. I'm like, holy fuck. He's right there. I'm that close to him.
You're right on the lap.
Yeah, I said, all right, I'll take first shift. And he was holding me like I was on a motorcycle, like he was on the back, and I was
Are
the
you
front.
shitting
Oh, yeah,
me?
his arms. Yeah, I was I knew I wasn't going to
But
fall.
you got to see Andre the Giant.
Right first row.
That's
He's justifying it like,
What did he-
first row. Yeah, come on. It was first row.
But then halfway through the match, all of a sudden, I feel a nibble on my ear.
no.
I swear to God, I go, what the fuck? He goes, I was just, I was looking that way. It was an accident. I'm like, that's bullshit. I'm like, no, I'm fuck this bull. I go, Mike, you get on his lap. It's your turn. He didn't even know what happened. I didn't care. I fucking threw him under the bus.
On top of it, actually.
I just looked over at one point. He was holding him like that. He was younger than me. He was like real cute, like a 12-year-old. And he was holding him like, I don't know what's going on over there, but fucking look at Andre. He just fucking body slam Bruno Sammartino.
What did he want for the wrestling pictures?
Huh?
He was going to give you wrestling pictures?
Well, the next time I see him.
Right?
Yeah, then he would say, he'd see me, he goes, hey, we haven't seen each other in a while. He goes, you like this picture? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you want it for free? I'm like, sure. And he's like, all right, well, give me a kiss in the cheek. And I'm like, why? He's like, oh, Italian men do that all the time. It's when they greet each other. My dad did it with his friend. And I'm like, it makes sense.
It's like, do these guys have like a book of, or do they come up with this, so like chapter 4, the lap trick?
Yeah,
Or
the
like,
one seat at the wrestling
the one
match.
thing, this is a tried and true trick.
Yes.
Buy
And if
one
they catch
ticket.
you, if they don't like you nibbling on their ear, say you were looking around their head to try to find something. Always try to stay out of trouble.
But the balls to do that in front of a full arena.
I
You
know,
gotta
right?
love this guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know, I cut to a quick story. Some guy, when I told this story one other time, this guy called me up or emailed me and said it was the same. Was it this guy Barry, whatever? I'm like, yeah. He said that his family. He lived in North Jersey, right? Same thing. He was working this kid, right? His parents dropped him off at his New York City apartment at 12 years old because Barry said he was going to take him to a wrestling match the next day.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
And his parents dropped him off to stay the night, the Friday night for the Saturday
that
match.
poor
A 12-year-old kid.
Oh, that poor little
I
kid.
know. Oh, I think you were
So-
saying Lucky Barry.
So he's all over him. He's grabbing him, this and that, and the kid starts crying. He's like, no, and he fended him off. And in the morning, he goes, get dressed. He's like, what do you mean? He goes, the match got canceled.
Jeez.
And his parents had to come and pick him up because the match got canceled.
Did it really get canceled?
No, there was no fucking match,
was
but
no
the
match.
kid was fending him off the whole night.
What the f...
That's
How
that's
did the
like playing
parents
your
drop
kid
a
with a grizzly
12-year-old
bear.
kid off at someone's apartment? I mean,
How do they not check the match?
Stay with the giant polar bear. We're gonna.
Yeah. Oh,
So what happened?
man.
Did he get in trouble, that guy, eventually?
yeah, he wound up going to jail.
Oh,
We Found
really?
out like 3 months later. Yeah,
Is he still
'Cause-
in?
I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
I'm producing a radio. Yeah.
There was a match. It was canceled.
But then he wound up staying over my house.
What the fuck?
Why?
You were a cock tease.
Yeah. He knew all the kids in the neighborhood because we'd all go to matches. So he convinced my dad. He's like, I want to hang with the kids on a Saturday afternoon. He took the bus from New York to the middle of Jersey.
What a creep.
And my parents are a little weird about it. Like, I don't know, but like, all right, it's kind of strange. So he,
that's
What was
good.
going on in parents' minds back
Yeah,
then?
they,
I don't
they
know.
felt something was wrong, but fuck it.
Ah, fuck it.
they talked to the other parents and neighbor. You think this is all right? He's a 40-year-old
Seems
guy
like
hanging
a
around
nice
14-year-olds.
enough guy.
But we were all in the, he had the greatest pictures.
Of course.
He
So
he
they
had to have a fucking gimmick.
They put him in the guest room the night before. I wake up in the morning. I'm sleeping. He has his hand down my pants. He snuck down there, and I fucking
Holy
jump. I go, "What are you doing?" He grabbed my cock. He goes, "I'm showing you a magic trick." I'm like, "A magic trick?"
Where does he come up with this?
I don't know.
He's brilliant.
How dumb are you, though? He already fucking did the lap ride and the cheek kisses. What was the rest of the trick?
invite him to your house.
Dummy.
Well, because he would give me
From
free
Swahili,
pictures.
meet each other.
He would tell
They
me,
do
"Look,
it all
don't
the
say
time.
anything, and I'll give you these pictures." So I'm like, "All
He
right."
got the pictures, though.
Blow
Come
it
on.
off as a greeting from another country every
Imagine
time.
if he was in court and the other guy's lawyer would be going like, and then
fuck.
after he had you on the lap, then you invited him to stay over.
Yeah.
And you're accusing him. I'd be just blame you.
Your Honor, my client is obviously innocent. This young whore was trying to taunt him.
Teased him
what
into
was the-
coming to his
Yes.
house.
What was the magic trick?
I don't know. I just said I ran to the door to go tell my brothers, my older brothers, and he
make your-
blocked the door.
Making Jim's dignity disappear.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
What?
usually a magic
Ta-da.
trick's when you pull a rabbit out of a hat, not a cock out of some 14-year-old's PJs.
And by the way, don't you have to tell someone there's a magic trick? Otherwise, you're just doing it for yourself.
He's practicing.
The best part is that he snuck down.
He snuck down.
300
He was on his knees. I remember
Staying
that.
in your house.
Yeah, that's a
How heavy is
300-pound guy.
what kind of
sneaks.
sleepers didn't hear a 300-pounder coming down the steps to molest the boy?
I had my earplugs in.
So wait, he grabs your dick, and then he blocks the door. How does he make you not tell?
Because he says, "Look," he went right to the photo album. He goes, "Look, I got 50 pictures, and I'll give you 35 of them if you don't say anything."
Jeez, Louise.
You could have went for all 50.
And he's flipping through them, and I'm like, "Wow." He's like, "This one, you
How
know."
easily is distracted is Jim?
Oh, absolutely. He's like, "I got a picture of the Grand Wizard without his makeup on." I'm like, "Wow, oh man." All right. I just sat there. I remember sitting there on the bed with him, just picking out every one.
Wow.
And then-
After he had his hand on...
He should have got a little suck in there for 35
Yeah,
pictures.
I know. 35 pictures.
Something tells me you were driving a pretty hard bargain with this.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking like he still has those 15 I never got because there's some good ones in there. I'll fucking pay him a conjugal visit.
You know you could have gotten them all.
Yeah.
I
The
know.
thing is that
Give me all 50.
he's no longer attracted to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
I know. He got me in my prime.
You disgusting
I'm
man.
fucking...
Jim's got big balls, so I guarantee you the guy was like false advertising. He probably thought Florentine was all cock, and he's like, "What the fuck?" I'll bet you that's what woke Jim up. The guy going, "What the fuck?" It's all ball.
That's a great story.
Yeah, now you're a
man.
hairy man. Ugh.
Yeah, he didn't do with me
He doesn't
anymore.
want anything to do with you.
Every neighborhood had one of these guys. It's just like, but
Yeah.
like nowadays, parents are so sensitive to that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but back then it was like, there was a creepy guy in the neighborhood. That's what they did.
Creepy
There was a
guy.
creepy guy in the neighborhood.
Our parents were way too trusting.
Yeah.
Now they fucking play with their own kids.
Yeah. It's
But they let
Don't
you
take
hang
them
around
out
with the
of their
priests
sight,
back
right.
then. You know, the priests, these are good hands. Go fishing, baseball games, all that stuff.
Oh,
A little kiss on the cheek for some wrestling pictures.
it's on the cheek.
Did you ever see him again after that?
No, because like 3 months later,
They finally got him.
But my brothers were like, afterwards go, "You got to tell mom and dad about this." I go, "No," because they were going to make me give the pictures back. I'm like, "Fuck that! I earned them." Fucking
these pictures.
absolutely. I kissed him on the cheek. I sat on his lap. He grabbed my cock.
What
I should have
ti-
got
what-
that in his camera.
What was he doing that finally got him?
I don't know. His partner or whatever. We saw him we were like, "Where's Barry at?" We're all met, and he's like, "Oh, he got caught molesting like 20 kids. He got thrown in jail."
20 kids.
Wow. Guy couldn't keep it in his fucking pants.
What a prick. He ran out of pictures.
Yeah.
That was his currency. That was for you little whores.
It'd be great if it worked on the cops too. Whoa, you got pictures? Yeah.
Hey, look at this one.
Here's Lou Albano with a Mets hat. Don't say anything.
Got his hand down the cop's fucking pants.
Yeah, it's a magic trick.
Magic trick.
You didn't even ask him what kind of magic trick.
It's a magic trick. I don't like magic. It scares me.
Hey, he woke me up out of a dead sleep. I wasn't thinking.
And he was just
ask him what it was.
He was just there, probably all
on his
breathing heavy and
knees.
sweating.
And he had such a distorted view of magic after that.
Yeah. Hey, you want to see a magic trick? No. Why, you got pictures? The magician's like, what the fuck do you mean I got
I'll
pictures?
bet you he was going to pop it in his mouth. I'll bet you he was going to make it wet.
Should have waited.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Should have waited it out, see where it was going.
That's
Yeah.
a big part of my one-man show, and I still have the wrestling pictures, and I show them
Oh,
on
you
the
got
screen.
it? Oh,
really?
yeah.
That's
oh.
great. You still
yeah.
have the pictures.
Yeah, I got Ivan Koloff only had the belt for 9 days, so I'm like, look how fucking rare this picture
How
is.
long's your ass hurt for that one?
Exactly. You can just go online now and get it for free without giving your boyish cock up to a sweaty fat man.
At least these are the originals, though.
yeah. Come on.
Too bad you didn't know about the internet back then. You'd be like, I can hold off for a few years. I'll get these online. I don't have to let a morbidly obese man fucking a velour suit grab my cock.
Giant fucking fat hands wrapped around.
Fat hands are always
smelled.
sweaty. Did he
You know
smell?
the fat guys that their breath stinks?
Oh,
Yeah.
just everything.
Did
Yeah,
his
they
breath
can't
stink?
wash.
Yeah.
Did he want to kiss you think?
Smell like 14-year-old boy balls.
Yeah, exactly. You kids don't clean your assholes properly. That's why his breath stunk. Young punks.
Filthy little fuckers.
So he's got to still be in jail, right? If he-
Well, this is like
It was a while
78, 79, 80.
Wow.
So.
He's probably dead.
Yeah.
He's either out, dead, or back in again for doing the same
And he was
thing.
probably about 40 at the time,
Yeah.
so.
Probably still taking wrestling pictures. Hopefully he's lost a few pounds. He's better looking.
Oh, my
It's
God.
not going to get
What
better
a-
than that, man.
What a story. Yeah.
You
that's-
can't get any better.
That's fantastic.
That's the greatest story ever.
Closing the book on this fucking show. How do we beat that? Well, Gutfeld, we'll start with you, man.